had a really tough time getting it off. So I think I'm just going to remove that. Alright, so now I got the rear side off, so this is going to be way easier to get in. So this is why I said I was in here before, was to put the straight up oil pump in. I noticed when I was in here that there already was a spring plate because the kid that I bought it from, he said that he had done 60% stiffer springs, so I had no idea if he had done a plate or not. Luckily he had. Just gonna replace them with a 30% stiffer springs. Next step is to take off this spinner here. It's a 10. So for this part, you're gonna need a special tool. So I got this one just off Amazon. I think it was like 10 bucks or something like that. Oh, wrong side. So that will hook on there. Then you just pop your socket in the other side. I was trying with the ratchet and it was just spinning around, not really working. So I figured I might as well bust out the impact to see what happens here. There it goes. I just wiped this out and there's still this much crap in there. So if I were you, I'd give it a little wipe down. Little trick I learned was to jam a washer in there. And now just do 2 turns at a time. So now you're gonna have to pop this washer or this little bearing out. So hopefully, there it goes. For the clutch itself, you're gonna use the opposite side of the tool. It'll just fit on there like that. Use the good old impact again. All right, take 2 with the impact. So I basically just put it in gear. I'm gonna hold the rear tire kind of with my knee here. There it goes. And now we just have to remove these 2 bolts here. I believe they're 10mm as well. Alright, so I've had these rings sitting in oil overnight, so hopefully they'll be all good and saturated by now. Got the clutch out, it's over here. Just gonna pull it apart, see how burnt it is. There is a little washer in here, so you just push that up, and there we go. That'll actually fall back through the back, looks like. And then we just have the rings and everything in here. So I know that you have to be very careful on how this goes back together. Like this, it won't seat properly. So you just have to make sure that when it is seated, it's sitting flush like that. You'll kind of feel it like lock into place. I'm actually gonna mark this with a Sharpie just to make it easier, so I know, when I put it back together, it'll be that much easier. Yep, they're pretty burnt, but there is a washer behind there. Just gonna keep that right there. And yeah, so you can see the difference. Alright, so I noticed that there's only 5 rings, and in the pack I got 6. Okay, now see, it's sitting up here and it needs to be sitting flush, so oh, there it goes. There are 9 foot-pounds of torque, so I got my little torque wrench here. We'll just do the old washer trick on this one. So now what you're going to want to do, you got to tighten down this. So this is when the washer trick comes into play, because you have to torque this down to 47 pounds. Grab the washer, put the bearing in here, do it with the letters facing out. We're going to put the spinner back on, then the washer and the nut. Okay, so I have no idea what the torque spec is for this, so I'm just gonna keep it at 47, which is what the clutch was at. So honestly, this gasket looks good to me. I'm just gonna continue to use it. There's 9. These are all 7 foot-pounds.